Let me ask you a question. Are we alone in the universe? No, hold on. I'm not talking about aliens. Forget that for a second. What if the biggest discovery waiting for us out there isn't another species, but another us? What if our reality is just one of many?
Yeah, let's make this really personal. Is there another you out there, right now? A perfect copy of you, but maybe they took that other job or married their high school sweetheart? It sounds like pure science fiction, right? But believe it or not, some of the smartest physicists in the world are taking this idea very, very seriously. And this isn't some fringe theory cooked up in a basement. We're talking about people like MIT cosmologist Max Tegmark. He's pretty much certain that another version of him, and by extension, another version of you, isn't just a possibility. He thinks it's a statistical inevitability. He believes they're out there, living their lives, just beyond the edge of what we can see. So, how on earth could that be true?
Well, to get our heads around this, we're going to take a little tour. We'll look for what we'll call the distant twin, the quantum double, the dimensional neighbor, and even a cosmic ancestor. And then we'll try to put all the pieces together and see what the big picture looks like.
All right, our first stop on this journey is probably the easiest one to grasp, but trust me, it's no less mind-blowing. It's all based on one simple but huge idea, that our universe isn't just big, it's infinite. And in a space that goes on forever, well, things are bound to repeat. Think about it like this. If you lay out a few stones in a simple pattern, you could probably find that same pattern somewhere else on a long enough beach, right? Now, make the pattern way more complex. You'd have to search a lot longer, a lot farther, but eventually, you'd find it again. So what are you? Biologically speaking, you're just a very, very, very complex pattern of atoms.
And here's the kicker. If the universe is truly infinite, then the specific, unique pattern of atoms that makes up you, your body, your brain, your memories, is statistically guaranteed to repeat somewhere out there, not just someone who looks like you. I'm talking about a perfect atom-for-atom copy. According to the math, they have to exist.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. If my cosmic clone is really out there, why can't we just build a ridiculously fast spaceship and go say hello? It's a fair question, but the problem isn't just that they're really, really far away. The problem is that the universe itself is working against us. So way back in the 1920s, the astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that the universe is expanding, and the further away a galaxy is, the faster it's racing away from us. At a certain point, that expansion is actually faster than the speed of light. This creates what's called a cosmic horizon, an uncrossable boundary in space. So your twin is out there, but they are and always will be forever beyond your reach. So your distant twin is a no-go. But what if your double is much, much closer than that? What if another you could be created right here in the blink of an eye? To find this one, we have to shrink down from the cosmic scale to the utterly bizarre world of quantum mechanics. To get this, let's use an analogy. Imagine you're at a restaurant and you order the Schrodinger's special. As long as the silver lid is on the dish, quantum mechanics says that in a way, every possible meal exists under there all at once. It's a weird fog of probabilities. It's only when you lift the lid, the moment you observe it, that reality is forced to pick one, and a single meal appears. But here is where it gets really nuts. Most physicists think that when you look, all those other possibilities just vanish. Poof. But a different interpretation, one supported by physicist Frank Tipler, is called the many worlds theory. It argues that observing the outcome doesn't destroy the other possibilities, it literally splits the entire universe. So the instant you lift that lid, the universe branches. In one reality, you get the oysters. But in a brand new parallel universe that just split off, a perfect copy of you is getting kebabs. And in a third, another you is digging into some shrimp jambalaya. Every tiny quantum choice, every single moment, splinters off new universes where all the other outcomes become real. This quantum double starts out just like you, but their life can diverge in a heartbeat. Okay, so we've got universes that are incredibly far away, and we've got universes that are constantly branching off from our own. But what if another universe is right here, right now, just hidden in a dimension we can't see? This wild idea is called brain worlds. It suggests that our entire three-dimensional universe, everything we know, is like a giant sheet of paper. Scientists call it a brain, short for membrane. And this brain is just floating in a larger four-dimensional space. And get this, floating right alongside our brain, maybe just an atom's width away, could be another brain, a whole other universe.
Now, we can't see it, we can't touch this other brain world, but the theory says we might be able to feel it. What if the two universes aren't completely cut off from each other? What if they could interact in some way? This could actually be the solution to one of the biggest mysteries in all of cosmology, dark matter. See, astronomers have known for a long time that galaxies are spinning so fast they should fly apart. There's some extra gravity holding them together, but we can't see what's causing it. Well, what if that missing mass isn't missing at all? What if it's just the gravitational pull from all the stars and galaxies in that parallel universe right next door, leaking across that tiny dimensional gap and holding our galaxy together? All right, hang on tight. We've saved the most mind-bending idea for last. This one connects the death of a star in one universe to the birth of a brand new one. It asks the question, could our entire universe exist inside a black hole? So for a long time, the idea was that anything that falls into a black hole gets crushed into a single, infinitely dense point called a singularity, a spot where the laws of physics just completely break down. But a physicist named Nikodem Pavlovsky proposed something else. He says that the intense gravity also creates a powerful twisting force called torsion, and this torsion fights back against being crushed. It acts like a compressed spring that, at a certain point, rebounds in a massive, universe-creating bounce. But here's the crazy part. This bounce doesn't happen in our universe. It happens on the other side of the black hole, creating something called a white hole. It's basically a cosmic fountain, spewing out all that matter and energy and giving birth to a brand new universe. And the implication of that is, well, it's just staggering. If every black hole in our cosmos creates a baby universe, then it stands to reason that our own universe, our Big Bang, might have been the result of a star collapsing in some much larger, older, parent universe. We could literally be the cosmic children of another reality. Okay, let's just take a second to recap. We've talked about infinite copies of you, quantum realities splitting off every second, hidden dimensions right next to us, and entire universes being born from black holes. It's almost too strange to believe. So, is this all just a fun thought experiment, or is it actual science? So we've seen 4 really distinct possibilities. There's the infinite universe, where your twin is a statistical certainty, just really far away. There's the quantum multiverse, where new worlds pop into existence with every decision. You've got brain worlds, our next-door neighbors in a hidden dimension. And finally, black hole universes, where we might be living inside a cosmic ancestor. Look, as wild as these concepts are, they aren't just fantasy. These are real scientific hypotheses, and they all spring from the very same mathematics that we use to describe our own cosmos. Physicists are actively debating these ideas and trying to figure out ways to find evidence that could tell us which one of these pictures of reality, if any, is the true one. Which brings us right back to you. If another version of you really does exist out there, what do you think they're doing right now? Are they living out your biggest dream? And maybe, just maybe, in another universe, you're the alter ego, and you're living out the dream of another version of yourself. It's a thought that kind of changes how you see your own place in this grand and possibly infinite cosmic story.